One, two, testing. You wanna say something?
No.
This is my brother, youngest one in the family. What's up, guys? It's your boy Ngoni Vicaudo. Thank you so much for tuning in. I promise you're gonna enjoy this video because, like you can see from the title, that has our youth ruined dating. Now, like I said, this is God's youth today, so we're gonna be discussing these things on a biblically. We have to see what the Word of God says concerning these things. But first of all, before we dig into the Word, this video I made it so that I can give you guys some statistics that are just crazy, because a lot of things that is happening cannot be explained. Now, I'm not trying to judge anyone, but I'm trying to say, the expectations that our parents have of us, have they diminished in terms of dating? I'm not saying whatever they say goes, but we're trying to look at these things. Is it the way to do? Is it the way that it should be? I can give you an example. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was just telling me something that is really sweet. Like, all her life, she has dated one person, and that person is the person that she married. That is my father. So, but nowadays it's no longer the case. So I understand there are now some twists and turns. There's a side that we also want to voice out, but generally speaking, the odds of getting married to the same person that we've dated, like usual when you start to date, they are now slim. They are now like zero, so to say. So we want to know what's wrong, and so that's why the topic is, has our youth ruined dating? Because we have to look at this as God's children. We believe that we have to set an example in the world as God's children, to say this is how we are supposed to do with these things. But it turns out all these things, they are just happening everywhere. They are happening, in church. They're happening, even to people who don't even go to church. Everyone is affected. Now, no one knows what to do. No one can tell anyone concerning these things. That's why we have God's youth today to talk about these things that no one wants to talk about. So I have some statistics that I had. So I talked to 10 random guys, and I promise you, I don't even know these guys. I just got their contacts, and there's lockdown, so interactions has to be minimum. So what I decided to do was to call these guys and okay, hello, I'm going to Victor Mkanana. I have this initiative that I'm running. I just want to collect some statistics. I just got these numbers from people. They just gave me these numbers because I needed to do some. I need to collect some information concerning what I'm trying to say. So I was like, so are you willing to participate in this? In these questions, are you gonna give me the answers? And please be honest. So I trust that they were honest. So I don't really have a base to say they were answering truthfully, but I'm just gonna take their word for it. Just as you are also taking the word for it that I asked these guys. So there were about 10 guys. So I asked them one question and one question only. The question was, would you? Now I understand for a person that you don't know, but since it was a survey, they understood. I asked them, and now there was no base. I didn't say, "Are you guys Christians first?" I just told them about the program. And I told them, are you able to answer this question? And they said, yeah, okay, we can give you the answer. The question was, would you indulge in in sex whilst you're dating someone, like when you're not married? 8 of the guys, you were like, duh, obviously, what would you be doing in the relationship if you're not having sex? Like, literally, that's what they said. 8 out of 10. The other 2 guys, they were like, no, I wouldn't. I would wait until I get married. So those were their opinions. I believe they were speaking truthfully, and I did the same with the girls. 10 girls, 10 females. Now with the girls, it's usually tricky because when a guy contacts them and says, I'm going to Victor Mkanana, I'm doing this, please, are you able to help me and stuff like that? It may sound weird, but by the grace of God, I thank God that I didn't even get in trouble or anything else. So they answered truthfully, I hope as well. So 5 out of 10 of the girls said they would, because their reasons were, what, because I was also asking, why would you do that? So they said, what, guys nowadays want these things. So that's one of the things that I want to talk about. Is it true? Please confirm it. ladies who indulge in sex, is it only because of guys? Like literally, you don't have anything to do with it, or you're doing it so to keep your boyfriend happy and stuff like that. Well, that's my first question. I really want to know. And the other five said, you know what, we don't do with these things. I wait until I get married. If my boyfriend wants to have sex, I personally, some actually said, from my experience, I've rejected them. I've ended the relationship because of such things, to say I don't want to indulge in sex until I get married. So please look for someone else. So because of these expectations, a lot of things has happened now. Cheating, for example, peer pressure, for example. These are some of the things that I had that has been happening now, because someone doesn't want to do these things. So has our youth ruined dating? So these are some of the statistics that I have, and they're shocking. Another piece of information that I got, after following ZBC online, there was this issue. There was an article actually that was surfaced around December 2020 to say about 40% in the high density suburbs, 40% of the schools there, of the high schools there, 40% of the so it says about 40% of the females, rather should I say girls, that go to school, high school, they don't make it past O level. 40% of them would have been pregnant. Now that's 40% of literally every it's an estimate actually, from the from what I can say, it's an estimate. They say 40% of every high school in a location that is a high density suburb, talk of Mfakwas, where I grew up, so, and stuff like that. So they basically are saying 40% of the girls that are there, they end up pregnant at that time when they write their O levels. So they don't go past O level and pursue their education and stuff like that. So these are some of the things that worry our parents now, because it's really something to really think upon as a youth, as a young man. I believe we can do better, guys. I believe we can do better. So this notion, has our youth ruined dating? I think it stems out from these teenage pregnancies that are all over. And like I said, December last year, there was a piece of information that also surfaced as well, other than the 40% stuff. They also said there was a great rise number. They didn't give a specific percentage, but they said there was a rise in teenage pregnancies during lockdown. That's the most scary fact. Like, it's lockdown, everyone is supposed to be home, and yet teenagers are still find their way to do these things and still end up being pregnant. So all this information came out. Like, if you check out the ZBC online, they have articles that they store up as well, so you can check these things up. Even in Herald, they have these things. December 2020, there was a significant rise of teenage pregnancies, and and the issue was during lockdown, when everyone was at home, people still find their way out of their houses to still do these things. So tell me, guys, how can we help our youth? Because the question, has our youth ruined dating? I mean, it's a valid question being asked by our parents, by the older generation. They're saying, you guys, you've really brought down the standards of having a healthy relationship. So please do like this video, please share this video, please comment on this video. I want to talk more about this thing, so I'll be definitely shooting another video concerning these things. Thank you, guys.